one podcast, mining the Magic the Gathering community for salt. This is the Howling Salt Mine.
It's the Howling Salt Mine. The Howling Salt Mine.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Howling Salt Mine podcast, the podcast where we delve into those salty, salty minds of the Magic the Gathering community. We find the salty stories and the salty posts that we love, put them in our mind cart, and bring them right back up to you, our dear prospectors at home. As always, I'm your host, Sam, and I'm joined by my two lovely co-hosts, Mike and Tony. Say hey, guys.
What up, what up, what up?
Asa, dude.
Asa did indeed.
Dude.
And before we go any further, you know we got to shout out our nice tier patrons. And this week we have Gold Sabertooth, Not Skittle, Santasmic, Matt's Tendies, Ruppy, Sassy by Accident, Happy Slaps, Unlimited Lotus, Sree the Tree, Joe, Swanky Badger, ZZ, Alex Balix, Elgo Fogel, and D. Beeson. Thank you all for being so nice.
So,
Yeah.
how many times can a good thing be remade before it's too many? This is a simple question I ask.
It's such a vague question. I don't
It
know.
is.
2.
Okay. What's your
How
number?
can a good thing be remade before it's too many? What does that even mean?
We'll get there. You said 2.
What's the content that
I
has
thought we were
going to
talk about
coming up?
Mike's CDH
No,
game.
that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. A reboot. What reboots are coming up?
Oh, is it like a show? Interesting.
It's got to be, right?
It's got to be a show remake.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Mike, give me a number.
It's not a number. It's until they stop being good.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. That's a better answer than what Sam gave. Ocarina of Time. Did you guys not see this?
Oh, I did see that. Yep, I did
Yeah,
see
I
that.
I feel like
see
it's
that.
one of those things where like I saw it and I'm not like surprised,
Yeah.
but it's like, how many fucking times are we going to do this? Like-
So I was correct because it's 2.
No, because there's the OG.
Yep.
It was remade for the GameCube.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
OG
Was that,
Ananobi?
that wasn't a remake.
It was like remaster.
Yes.
That's the same fucking
It's
thing.
not. It's
Then
actually very
They
specifically a
made
different
it
thing in video
again
game.
for the fucking 3DS.
And that was a remake.
That was a remaster,
It
probably.
was not a remaster. That was a remake.
You
and
got me
now-
on this, right? You know it's a remaster, right?
Remasters and remakes are different
I
things.
plead the
Gonna lose his
fifth. I plead the
mind.
fifth.
Remasters and remakes are different things. A
Either
remake
way.
means they fully redo it. A remaster is a slight graphical change.
I get you. But it's still just
You
like
don't
the...
get me. And my
it's like the
answer
fucking
2
same,
was
dude.
correct, everyone. 2 is the number of times you can remake something.
And have it be good. So you're saying this next one won't be good.
No, I'm saying it's good. That's the second remake. It'll be good.
Isn't the first a make?
Yeah, you make, then you remake, and then you remake.
So you're saying 2 remakes.
Yeah, you said
Right.
how many times will something be remade?
And how many
I say 2.
remasters?
Yeah.
Remasters is different.
Different thing.
I'd say maybe, I don't know, 3.
Well, so here's... Oh, wait. You have a Switch 2, right?
I do have a Switch
So
2.
you don't have a Switch 2.
I do not
Correct.
have a Switch 2.
Are you going to buy a Switch 2 to play? Like, does this tip the iceberg for you? Does
Mike's
it not?
There-
a Zelda guy.
There
I
is
know he's
no,
not, so I'm,
there
like,
is
curious.
no console that I have purchased with the intent to play a Zelda game on it.
Ever.
Mike's not a Zelda guy.
I've purchased. I had a Wii with Twilight Princess. That was a system that I had that
Yeah.
had a
Did you
Zelda.
play Twilight Princess?
Some.
This is why. This is why you.
And then
you
I
aren't
played-
a Zelda person.
I
Yeah.
played a lot of.
He's too busy grinding League,
Yes,
brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
exactly. Also, finally made it to Emerald 2 on that, so that's great.
Means nothing to me.
Yeah, it's okay. The only other Zelda that I played was Breath of the Wild, which
Yep.
I played
Mm.
a lot
Objectively
of,
pretty good.
but I did not finish.
Yeah.
Also,
Who did? You know.
I think not a typical Zelda game. Like
Sure.
it really breaks the mold with Zelda games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So-
is a Zelda game, and it's sort of redefining
Yeah.
what Zelda games are. But
The
it's not what
characters
the
are in
original
it.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like a dungeon
Right.
sort of setup, like
Right.
get the item, unlock new areas. Like those elements are there,
Yeah.
but it's more of it's closer to Skyrim.
Yeah, dig
than,
around.
like a
Mm.
clip
So-
than Ocarina of Time, I'd say.
Those two, and then the only other experience that I had with Zelda at all was as like a maybe 6-year-old. We were staying in a hotel, and you could rent the ability to play Zelda on the TV. somehow.
Oh, that's sick.
For like
That
by
is
the
pretty sick.
hour. You
I
could
feel
like
I
rent it
remember
by
this
the hour.
existing.
There was like an N64 controller that was attached to the TVs.
Yeah,
I
and you
remember
could
that
like
at
rent it by
hotels.
the hour. And I
do
remember
this.
my brother being able to convince my parents to, I think, rent it. We did the demo, which was probably like 5 minutes. And I think we were able to convince my parents to rent 1 hour worth of it.
I love it.
That
That's
I
great,
watched my brother play on
Yeah.
the TV. And that is those 3 instances of Zelda are the maximum that I've experienced with that game.
So do you think your brother's gonna buy a Switch 2 to
No.
play?
man. Are you going to buy a Switch 2 to play it, Tony? Is that why you bring it up?
That's part of why I ask, because it pushes me in the direction of like I would want to play it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
wanna
have
play
a
it.
Switch 2, but like
Have you ever played Ocarina of Time before?
yes,
Yeah.
it's actually
So why
one
are
of
you
the
gonna play it
very
again?
few video games that I have.
Well, it's a really good experience. Like as far as Legend of Zelda games go, it was the first one that was really cutting edge of technology.
Mhm.
Really showed what could be done with like a 3D game on the N64.
Mm-hmm.
So it is groundbreaking in a lot of ways. I really want to play it. Exactly. I really want to play it because when they remade Wind Waker for the Wii U, they added in all these quality of life changes that were fantastic. Like they basically made one where you could get a sail for your boat. This means nothing to you, Mike. They made one where you could get a
More appropriate.
Shift to Tony.
You need to hear this too.
Where they made a sail that when you were using the sail, the wind was always at your back.
Which
Which is like,
yeah,
you're
that
like,
is
why
a
wasn't
quality
this
life.
in the original
Yeah,
game?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
the big part of the game is sailing around, and
Yeah.
you can like use your baton to change the direction of the wind. And when you're not, and it's just like this annoying cutscene, and you always have to stop.
Yeah.
And you're going to a specific thing, and you overshoot it, and you're like, okay, do I turn around and like tack into the wind and slowly make my way over there, or do I recast this thing and go over there? So massive quality of life change, and there's a lot of little things like that. So
But it's interesting with an old game from the N64 where glitches and things like that were just more prevalent.
oh yeah,
Of like, I don't know how to do some of the things you do in the game the real way, like the developers intended you to originally do.
Like what?
Because I can only like just all of Kakariko Village. There's so many spots in there
Yeah.
where it's like there's a heart piece on top of this roof,
Oh,
and
yeah,
all I
yeah.
know is you can climb up the top and do like a sidestep and you'll land on the roof. I don't know how to actually get on the roof otherwise. Like, and there
Yeah,
is some way to do
definitely.
it, but like I just know the like weird little glitch way that I
Yeah.
do it.
I think a lot of like my knowledge of those games comes from like how to beat them comes from like watching an older brother, like my friend's older brother. Because I
Sure.
don't have an older brother, but watching my friend's older brother play it and being like, okay, this is how you do it. And then when I played it, I was like, oh, I remember what to do in this place. You do this, this, and this. And I don't know if that was I never like explored it with the open mind of somebody brand new to a video game. It was always like colored by watching tons of people play it before me.
yeah.
And then I just sort of followed in their footsteps. So I also don't know how to get that heart piece normally.
Yeah, right.
Like
And,
maybe way later with a boomerang or something.
like I don't even fucking know. But to answer your question of like why, I kind of don't know why,
Mm-hmm.
because the nostalgia I have for the game is truly from like the OG version. So
Yeah.
if I play a new version where everything's like quote fixed from that perspective and you're just like running around, I'm sure they'll have like different aspects to it. I'm curious if they're gonna like go off the rails and make it like Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
but
I hope
now
not.
Ocarina of Time, or if they're just gonna make Ocarina of Time updated.
Yeah.
I think both could be good for different reasons, but I don't know. But it is pushing me in the direction of like, I guess I should buy a fucking Switch 2 and do this. And they got me. It's like worse than an Instagram ad because it's just like real. But I'm like, what the fuck? It's just the same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, did you see how good it looks? It looks fucking crazy.
Have you considered
I'm
buying?
just in the fucking little nest. Yeah.
Have you considered buying a GameCube? Or was that what
No,
it was
because I
on
had one of
originally?
those. No, Nintendo
N64.
64.
It was on the N64.
Wow, what a scrub.
Ancient, dude.
Oh my God.
People at home, fucking crush him in the comments
Yeah.
right now. Let him know what a dweeb he is for not knowing.
bounces off. This has no effect on me.
He's
What
crying
was that on the
inside,
Sega
folks. He's
Genesis?
fucking
Hey,
crying.
kids wanted N64s, and Mike was like, "Can I have an Alienware laptop, Mom?" I wanted to play League of Legends. You know?
Yeah, I got you. It was
No,
fine.
see, League of Legends runs on Macs, so it's okay. You can just play it on the family
You can play it on the
computer that
family
they only have one of.
Those big, like, clear purple ones back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm interested in playing it. Did you play the 3DS remake?
I have it, never played it.
It's good. It's good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So you have it.
It was bought for me.
Average
have it.
Steam gamer.
You've
honestly.
never played it.
Yeah.
And you're asking, should you buy it again on a new $1,000 system?
Well, it looks better now.
Now that is the one thing that is frustrating.
And playing on a 3DS, I mean, I like handheld gameplay, but it's not. I don't know. I'm at a different point in my life now. I can't be like head down in a Game Boy all day.
I think the Switch
Steam Deck though.
But if it was slightly wider and a Steam Deck or a Switch 2, I could do it.
Yeah.
The Switch 2 is not worth $1,000.
Is it $1,000 right now?
Yeah.
Is that because of like the fact that tech stuff is going crazy with the prices?
I don't even know.
'Cause I'm pretty sure we
what
bought
it
ours for
is.
like, I don't know.
It might still
$600?
only be like $600.
No.
It just went
I
up?
truly think it was up at
Well,
like
because RAM
$1,000
is so
number.
fucking expensive.
You can just
now 'cause of
download more.
AI
It doesn't
data
make any
centers,
sense.
dude.
Just go to downloadmoreram.com and download some more. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Don't do that.
Just do that.
Don't do that, everybody.
Just go download more.
I'm sure
that
that's,
like
I'm sure that's a
Meatspin.com?
pornography site. Do not do that.
It's not. It just lets you download more RAM.
He's
His looks.
winking
I'm not
at me.
sure. I can't tell.
I can't
He
tell.
wasn't winking,
just
but I
download
couldn't
more.
tell.
Now
he winked. He winked.
He winked
For the
everyone. He's
good people
winking.
at home, he is winking.
He's winking.
He's winking now. So somebody let us know. Let us know
Let us know
What?
if they went and they were able to get more RAM, or if it was meatspin.com.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I
Download
don't
more
recommend
RAM.
it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's one of those things where like I try not to buy any console for a single game.
Yeah.
Unless
Yes.
it's like truly my favorite video game of all time, which Legend of Zelda is very close. I love that series, near and dear to my heart. But I think there's a lot of other merits to purchasing a system. But you got to look like, is there going to be a lot of stuff you're going to play on that? It's got Mario Kart on it, as we've talked about previously on the show.
You could
So you could finally get good.
You could
There'll be a new
finally get
Smash.
good at Mario
There'll be
Kart.
a new Smash game on. There'll be all,
there
I feel
will
like
be.
the Switch always
I think the new
has
Smash game
party
will be
games
dog
and
shit,
stuff.
actually.
Really?
I just watched this like video documentary about where Super Smash is at right now. And it's very interesting to see what games have kept their meta and what games have totally dropped off. Because Nintendo actively does not like competitive Smash. So when they build games, when they build new Smash games,
so fucking dope.
because
It's not the point. It's supposed to be a party game.
yeah, it's supposed to be a party game.
It is a party game. They're just partying to the top.
Like the creator of Smash has gone on record saying he doesn't like competitive Smash.
Ah.
And when Brawl got super broken and when Melee got really broken and people were like playing Melee competitively and stuff, the reason why Brawl is so floaty and slow is because the creator at the time, I wish I knew his name, he related like the fast-paced tech and all the movement and stuff in Melee to the competitive aspect. So he took it out of the game.
Mm.
People still
Brawl was
found a
dog shit.
bit of Brawl competition, but it hasn't really lasted. And then
Because the
Ultimate,
other games were just better.
and Ultimate has like almost no competitive scene because there's way too many fucking characters and nobody wants to like go through and tech it. So it makes it
Ultimate has a very large competitive scene.
nowhere near like Melee.
I don't know.
I don't
if
know
that's
that that's
true.
true.
I think it is, man.
I don't think it has the
I know you
the
think it is.
legacy.
I
like
mean, Melee
does.
Melee is
It's
still the
huge.
king
The-
of Super Smash.
I don't think that's really true anymore. There's still a lot of people that play it, but like there's way more focus on Ultimate these days. And part of the joy of that is that in Melee there was like 3 characters you could play because everything other ones were just not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And in Ultimate there is like a much wider range of characters that can be played at the highest tier. I honestly just think they won't be able to make another game
Yeah.
after it.
It's interesting because
that'll
I've heard the opposite. I've heard that because there are so many there's so many possible characters in Ultimate, it makes it really hard to like do the bracket matchups and like the evaluation that is popular in Melee.
Gemini, tell me which of my friends is dumb. Yeah, so Ultimate definitely has larger entrant numbers, so it's more popular by how many people are playing it
Okay.
when tournaments are hosted. But Melee has it's more noteworthy for having such a dedicated, long-standing group of highly competitive
Yeah.
players. So, like, it's hard to say. I don't think we can as confidently say that Ultimate in 20 years from now would be in the same place that
As
Melee
Melee.
is,
Yeah.
at that same time gated.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Ultimate being the most recent one, it is the more common
Well,
competitive.
Yeah, I
one.
think
guess, like,
Melee will
the-
always exist and
Yeah.
always be
Yeah.
played because people loved it so much, and
Well,
it's
people
so
are breaking
good.
new characters now. Like Luigi's wicked good at Melee now.
Luigi's been good enough to play at like the higher.
It's
higher
been
tiers.
there's been some crazy shit
But
recently.
I think there will always be a secondary,
yeah,
and so it's like when Ultimate came along, that became the secondary. Brawl never really was that, and
Yep.
when like whatever the one that came out on the Wii U was,
Yeah, what was the Wii U one?
I don't know, but that was one that was played for
I
a little
don't know,
bit,
man.
and then Ultimate came out,
Yeah.
and everybody's like this.
I
And
think-
so if a new one comes out and it's like less
Yeah.
competitive somehow, I could definitely see a world where like Ultimate remains,
Yep.
and that
doesn't
one
get
doesn't
overtaken.
take over. But I think it'll always be. I do agree with it. It'll probably always be Melee plus
Yep.
some
Something else.
secondary.
So the complaint that I heard about Ultimate, which, you know, whether it sounds like it's not fully there, but the thing that I heard was that like because there's so many characters in it, at like competitive events, it's almost like to compare it to CDH, like when you're playing in the Swiss, you come across all these fucking
Yeah.
random decks and stuff.
Mhm, mhm.
And it's the same thing in Ultimate competitions where when you're in the lower brackets, some random person will play some fucking
Yeah.
random character and you're like, no one plays this competitively. How do I tech against it?
Right.
Because there's such a wide playing field that it makes it harder to like know your specific matchups.
Yeah.
But once you get to the higher tiers, you know, the cream rises to the top and you
Yeah.
just know what you're playing against. But that's frustrating for some people. And that's the complaint I heard about the next the next Super Smash game is that because there seems to be this need to just continue to add characters
Mhm.
Mhm.
and it's just going to get so diluted that for the people who really want that like clean, I know my matchup, like here's like the ladder rankings of every character's matches up and how it all works out, it's just going to be untenable to
Yeah.
even figure that shit out.
The opposing way of framing that though is that there are many open, competitively viable characters for the game, which
Mhm.
is that when you frame it that way, it's usually more of like a positive thing of
Yeah.
like, oh, you're not forced into playing one of these Star Fox characters or
Yeah.
what, Pikachu? I don't exactly know the Melee viable ones, but I know it's like basically a subset
Yeah.
of maybe like 6 characters that people actually play.
Marth.
Yeah.
Marth, Falco, Star Fox,
Pikachu.
Pikachu is definitely one of them.
There's a
Sheik.
Nest player, right?
I think some people will play
Jigglypuff,
Nest,
baby.
but-
Jigglypuff.
and Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff was more
Just
memey,
Hungry
but like
Box, right?
actually like
Yeah.
good. Who's that fucking guy?
Luigi did really good
Hungry
in the
Box.
tournament recently.
No. But there's another guy, who's played a bunch of different things. He's been in the scene forever. He's sort of a dick sometimes.
His name Tony.
No, I was never that good.
Wait, but you had the other part. Being a dick. All right, what were we talking about? We were talking about
Do you
Legend of
when
Zelda?
you see another version of a game?
No, we can't transition yet, Mike. We still have to talk about some Legend of Zelda stuff. I know it excludes you, but I have more to say about it.
Okay. Sam, do you have more to say about Legend of Zelda?
I can
Maybe
tell.
you should say
you
it.
Have this, you have this tone.
Sam, why don't you tell me what else you have to
You
say
have this
about
tone
Zelda?
when you're
Actually,
about to transition that I can pick up. I'm like, no.
so Sam, what do you think about Zelda? Legend of Zelda.
So I really love Legend of Zelda. That
Do
said,
you know what salt is?
that said, I think that there were some things in Ocarina of Time. Like I think Ocarina of Time is put in this place as one of the best Legend of Zelda games because of like what it was when it came out. But like I'm very curious about how it holds up nowadays in like a modern AAA game world, because there were a lot of things back then that like when you play the N64 version that are wicked fucking frustrating or not fun.
Well, I
They have
think
you
the
feeling
real
some
thing
kind of
is,
way?
Stop.
How would you say you feel in those moments when it's?
I feel pretty good. What are you gonna say, Tony?
I was gonna
Tony,
say
do you
that
have a little bit more to tell us about Zelda?
I do like the only way for us to really know, because neither you nor I can have an objective
Yeah.
opinion on this, is to make Mike play it and
Oh,
tell
that's
if
an
it's a
interesting
bad
idea.
game or not.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
he didn't play it, so he doesn't have the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
I don't think I could possibly play the game and be like, this is bad, unless it takes it too far away from what I remember.
Yeah. I think I would like it kind of no matter what.
Yeah.
Like
I think I'm
it's a slam
gonna
dunk
lie
for
there
me.
too.
Do you, but Mike, you like just don't seek out that type of game at all. Like, do you play any of those like adventure sort of RPG games? Like, have you ever played anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've played Skyrim. I've played some Legend of Zelda.
In a hotel room once.
Yeah, in a hotel room once. I've played them mostly like, and I've played like more modern RPG style things, which aren't quite the same. Like,
Yeah.
like
Did you play, like,
Cyberpunk
Fable?
and like I played a bunch of
Cyberpunk?
Fable. Speaking of games that have
Fable
a
is
remake coming out too.
Yeah. Honestly,
Um,
the remake of Fable, the graphics were too realistic for me. I don't know if you guys have the same.
It's freaking you out?
loved
I
Fable
looked at
a
it little
lot.
bit. Yeah, I love
And
Fable.
I kind of wanted it to be more of like the cartoony proportions that they had in like the first and second game.
Yeah,
And I watched the footage and I was like, what game is this? And it said it was Fable. And I was like, no.
yeah.
None of these people are saying Chicken Chaser
Yeah. You know, everybody's waiting for the Great Fairy, though.
in Legend of Zelda.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Can't
for the Gooners out there.
Yeah. Not pixelated anymore.
If they imagine if they don't remaster just the fairy.
That would be so funny.
Imagine how the players would feel.
Things
You
in the
walk
game were just
into
super polygonal. You're like, wow, look at those,
They-
those graphics.
They add new textures but not new geometry for it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
that would be a really funny remaster to do
Yeah.
in a game. Like just brand new, super high quality textures, but super
Yeah.
blocky polygons.
On the topic of remasters, there was a famously flubbed remaster. It was actually a reforge for
Oh.
Warcraft 3, where they
Oh.
really overpromised what they were gonna do. They were like,
gosh, yeah.
we're gonna bring all the cutscenes to like the full cinematic quality that they had for some
Yeah.
of the cutscenes, when like a lot of them are just like, RTS little minis like talking to each other.
Yeah.
And then they had to scrap all of it, and they screwed up collision, like how collision worked in the game and how things would run into each other, which was like a core integral
critical
part of
piece
like
of
the
physics.
competitive experience of it, is like being able to body block people. And they're like, oops, we screwed all of this up. And people were very unsatisfied about it. So,
Dude.
How do you think they
sucks.
felt when that happened?
I think they might have felt a little salty.
Oh shit.
But wait,
Gonna be
wait, Tony.
again.
I actually have more to say about Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
go
dude.
ahead. Tell us about
Hit me.
it.
Hiya. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you have played the game.
That's all. That's Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, Sam. Mike asked about this word, salt. I haven't. What episode is this? Like 200 billion 70,000.
We're backlogging. Do not make me do the math.
I said
It's like
it.
episode
I said it.
220 or
That's
something.
why
right
I
now.
like gave a random number that wasn't possible to.
Don't make me do the math, Tony.
I never paid attention to any of those other times, but I promise this time I'm gonna pay attention. What is salt?
Yeah, fucking listen up for once.
Yeah.
Salt is Tony. Look at me.
So are you gonna get
Salt is frustration in the game. Can you repeat after me?
Sorry, I heard Mike say something. And I'm just-
It's anything in a game of Magic that's
You
going
think
to
you're
get
gonna
you
switch too?
grumpy, irritated, sulky. Your commander keeps getting countered over and over again. There's a power level mismatch. Lots of different things can make people salty in the game of Magic. This isn't a video game podcast. And I think we've proven that if it was, it would be bad.
Yeah.
This is a Magic the Gathering
Facts.
podcast, and we're here to talk about all the things that are going to get you salty in a game of Magic so that we can learn from it and hopefully not be salty in a future game of Magic. As we like to say, it's an edumagicational show.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, indeed. Well, should we get into it, guys? I got
Mhm.
some salty stories here. Hit me with those sweet search
Zelda.
terms. I feel like it had to be Zelda.
Yeah.
Or Ocarina.
Well, we'll just go down the line until we hit one of the words, and eventually of or time will
Ooh.
work.
Well, okay, so for Zelda, we got 3 emails.
Oof.
Still pretty good though.
Spring.
Close.
Yikes. Tony.
I'm actually not looking for
Guidance.
guidance.
Assistance.
I just have one. I'm gonna read.
Okay, well.
This one comes to us
I'll
from
remember
our
this next time you are asking for guidance, and I will not provide it.
All right. This one comes to us from our buddy Sticky Finger. And the post is titled How to Turn the Table from Smiles to Salt.
Ah.
Hmm.
How to, huh?
Yeah, it's a how-to. Step 1. No, it'd be great if it was formatted that way.
Like complete with WikiHow, like shitty WikiHow illustrations.
those really like uncanny. Whoever's doing those,
Got a style.
yeah, they definitely have a style.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're not going to get another job after that. they're gonna show up to an animation in place and be like, check out, I've done all the wiki how things. Like, we don't want a show to look like that. All right, anyways, hello, my sultans of insanity. Long-time listener, first-time minor. I think you guys are so underrated, and I'm just waiting for your show to blow up. Keep up the good work. Well, I think we're doing okay, but
Thank you. I am too. Yeah, thank you.
We host Commander Nights about twice a month in our home and have a pool of about 8 players that show up different weeks, and we are so grateful to have so many friends to share the hobby with. This week, we were all building Bracket 3 Avatar The Last Airbender commanders with as many in-universe cards as possible. Even though I usually build Voltron decks, I take a chance on my favorite character and choose Iroh Grand Lotus.
Nice.
I build it 3 times on EDH Rec, but can't seem to nail the right power level, so I find Tolarian Academy's Avatar Precon deck lists and just fix the land base. No game changers. So you net decked, dude? My God. Sadly, all right, guys. Not funny.
We are all right, guys.
No.
Yeah, we're all right.
Tony's lefty.
You know what? We're all right.
Tony's a lefty.
I am.
He just had to check. I saw that. He just had to fucking check.
Well, I checked the hand. It's hard.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like I've talked about this in the past. When you're a fucking lefty living in a goddamn righty world, you know, it's not always easy, you fucking righties.
Freak. No, I'm sorry. That's
So
cruel.
sinister and evil.
I'm bullied.
That,
And this
honestly,
is just another case
all I'm
of
saying is that hand should have been tied behind your back. You should have been forced to
Yeah.
with the other one.
Yeah. All I'm
What they used to
saying
do with kids
is if they make another
Yeah.
pair of scissors that doesn't fit in my hand, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, why don't they all work for me?
There's
you know?
one
They should
more
just all
can
work for
opener
me.
that
They shouldn't
doesn't
work for you. They should all work for me.
They do. They all fucking work for you.
No, there's some.
they
The
make-
only ones that don't are the ones that just flip either way. Like,
yeah,
They
and
make
those
left-
don't
they
work
shouldn't
at all.
They shouldn't make
They make
those.
left-handed scissors.
And
I think.
those are the ones that
Yeah.
they shouldn't.
they
be
make
making.
like some now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. That's
And I feel like left-handed scissors are it's so analogous to like the pink razor that cost $20 more for women. Like it's like this product doesn't need to exist. You could just buy scissors.
yeah.
that
You
can
can just
go in
have a
any
right-handed
hand.
friend.
Yeah, that helps you cut something.
Yeah.
Hey Mike, I really need to cut these proxies out, but I only have right-hand scissors. All right, what the hell is happening in this story? Sadly, the 3 other experienced players who enjoy the rules and interaction like me can't make it this week, so that leaves me on Iroh Grand Lotus, my buddy on Toph the First Metal Bender, my wife who didn't finish her Avatar deck and is playing a Zelda altar of Shroofus Sproutshire, that makes Korok Sapperling tokens. Nice, I dig that flavor. 4th seat is my sister who's in town for the holidays playing a precon, so as always, get fucked 4th player. As a little bit of a backstory, I'm a longtime dungeon master, so I love bringing people into hobbies and teaching them the rules. The other players aren't as experienced at the table, so I try to hint at things like threat assessment and the importance of reading each other's commanders before the game to understand what the other player will be doing at the table. I also take time to explain rules interactions and reading/explaining what cards do so there's no gotcha moments. My wife gets a little defensive when I mention in the pregame discussion that while the rest of us are playing Bracket 3 decks, she's playing a deck teetering on Bracket 4 with lots of game changers that I built for her as a Christmas present. For the most part, we have a great game. 6 turns of people's decks, quote, doing the thing. I have a pretty uneventful first 6 turns. Oh, okay, so you didn't do the thing. 6 turns just setting up my board for Iroh to come out. I declare every time I discard a lesson. I read every pinger, cost reducer, and damage multiplier I cast, looking to the table for any questions. At some point, everyone else's boards are online, and I've taken 10 damage without doing any damage to anyone else. My sister asks, slow start, and I explain how this deck really just needs one big turn once the commander comes out. Another buddy shows up to play around turn 5, and I tell him, don't worry, dude, someone's going to win in the next 3 turns, most likely. This gets a few bewildered looks as I explain the board state, pointing out people's big creatures, the amount of commander damage people have, and the amount of tokens people have generated. I also mention how I can do a lot of damage if I get a good turn. Fast forward to the start of turn 8. I'm last to go in the pod, so as my buddy starts his turn, I declare to the table, full disclosure, if I get Iroh out, I will have a really big turn. My buddy hits me with a 10-10 trample earthbend artifact. My wife hits me with her 12-12 commander and creates that many tokens, adding up to 26 1/1 Sapperlings total. My sister has a couple big flyers out, and I cringe as I say, "You can kill me this turn." She laughs and says, "That's all right. I want to see your deck do the things." I give her a puzzled look, but I'm not going to politic against myself. I untap and cast Iroh Grand Lotus, giving all the lessons in my graveyard flashback 1. But with my cost reducers, they are all free. I flashback my first lesson and walk through all my triggers. 4 damage to target player for playing a spell from my graveyard. 3 damage to each player for casting a non-creature spell. I draw and discard a card. I look to the table asking for any responses. I repeat this process 4 or 5 more times till everyone is dead. As I look up excited, I'm only met with glares and disapproving looks. Why didn't you say you would win the game? Why did you make me out to be the threat before the game started? Sounds like that's the wife. Hey, maybe next time you should lead that your deck can sweep in 1 turn. I bumble my way through explaining how I thought people would have interaction, and I tried my best to fully disclose my game plan, but I've lost their faith at this point, sadly. I sigh and put the Iroh deck away and grab one of my lower-powered Voltron decks. I start the pregame discussion for Game 2 with explaining how you shouldn't carry feelings from a previous game into the next.
Nice.
But you can feel the vibe of the table. Oh, but I can feel that the vibe of the table has shifted. We surprisingly have a decent 5-player game where I take a back seat and walk my second buddy who came in late through his deck, as this is his 3rd time playing Magic. To no surprise, my wife closes out Game 2 with her 59-59 Trampler Commander and 52 1/1 tokens. All in all, still a good night with friends and laughs, but a good lesson. Lesson? Iroh? That even as long as that even as a longtime listener who does everything in their power to avoid the sodium, sometimes people still get splashed with the salty brine. Thanks again for all you do, and looking forward to when you guys take over the command zone.
What?
So, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Some keywords for the search: Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Nice.
Well, guys, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I think that no matter how much you tell the table that your deck could have a really big turn, doing it still feels like out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, especially
there's
newer
a difference
players.
between a big turn and I win the game.
Yes, that
And I'm not
too.
saying you need to be like, I'm going to win the game if I get to my turn, because then people are going to kill you.
Yeah,
But like, it almost feels to me to be a little annoying to always be like, I'm going to have a really big turn. I can have a really big turn.
yeah,
And then, like, yeah, you're going to get there and you're going to win. And then everybody's going to be like, what the fuck? Like, you said you were just going to have a big turn.
yeah.
I don't think anybody will typically equate the two as one of like, big turn means you're going to win.
Yeah.
I feel like big turn means big turn, right? Like big turn, one of the results of a big turn could be winning.
That's true, but that's almost
I'm
the
more-
biggest turn.
I'm more likely to win on a big turn than I am on a small turn.
That is true.
Like,
Yeah,
it's got to
that's
at
true.
least be a signal of like, hey, I think this person said like, I tried to not politic against, I'm not going to politic against myself. But
Yeah.
it sounds like you've politicked against yourself all game long, trying to prep these sort of newer players on like, hey, I am going to be a problem eventually.
Yeah,
So like, I think that a lot of the salt here comes from the place of like being the person that's kind of trying to be the teacher.
Yep.
And then still winning. Like, that's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
Like, people are gonna not like that. But I feel like I think it's absurd to say if we get to my turn, I'm gonna win. Like, if anyone says that in a story, I'm usually like, whoa, you're saying too much. You don't have to.
yeah.
You don't owe
Yeah, I
communicating
agree.
that you're gonna win to people. You do maybe if you're putting a combo piece on the stack or something. But like
Yeah.
that's too far. I think I'm gonna have a big turn is the closest. I can't think of a thing that I would say that is closer to I'm likely to win on my turn than I will have a big turn. Like, what would you say other than,
I just wouldn't say anything.
well, exactly, which is
Yeah.
less information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it isn't. I think that's my, like, you can say that at the beginning of the game of like, if you let me have my commander and all this shit and like, you know, you're
Yeah.
probably going to lose. That's
Yeah.
effectively what it's saying. It's like, I will have a very big turn if I do that. But like, if you just keep saying it over and over again, every couple of turns,
It loses it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It loses like the information of it. I honestly think that, to me, granted, this doesn't, maybe it's not 100% this definition, but to me, this feels like you're playing a combo deck. And the win felt like a combo win, where it's
Yeah.
like, obviously there's a lot of setup, putting all the flashback stuff in your graveyard, but you basically created this board state where as soon as Iroh came in, you're casting all the spells in your graveyard for free, you're pinging all your opponents for damage, and you're getting this shit ton of value. I think that the correct rule 0, honestly, I just don't think you should have played this deck, but into like a newer pod. But to me, this feels like a combo deck. And I think that when you are playing with a new pod and you keep dropping these hints, like I'm about to have a really big turn, I don't know if a pod of newer players or less experienced players are immediately going to be like, I need to hold up interaction to stop them from winning on their turn. They're going to be like, yeah, cool, you're about to have a big turn. I just had a big turn. I just made fucking 24 saplings.
Yeah.
They just had a big turn too. They just dropped a bunch of shit. We're all having big turns.
Yeah.
Stop talking about your big turn that's coming.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
take
you
it.
know? Like, yeah, like just take the big turn. Like you don't have to talk about the big turn. I think, like you said, Tony, like continuing to say, if you give me a big turn, I think it loses the sting. But also, winning the game is technically a big turn. Like, I think it still fits. I think it still fits. But given that Tony and I have the Zelda thing in common, I do have to think that I have to side with Tony
I'm
on this
correct,
one.
yeah.
You know?
That
I
Mike's
do-
just fucking wrong.
It's not even interaction they have to keep up, though. There's like a player that could kill them with a bunch of flyers and chose
Yeah.
not to. And that's very much like a early player trying to be like nice and giving everyone a chance to like get
Yes.
their space done. And that's where like hopefully that player had a big learning moment from that. Like you don't need to let the combo
Yep.
player that has spent all game setting up get their one combo turn. That combo turn
Yeah.
is going to end the game. You don't need to let them have that one combo turn. They'll get them in some games and they'll win those games. It's fine to kill
Mhm.
that player. But like you're not going to, newer players are sometimes not going to take that because it doesn't feel good to kill someone when you're all kind of just vibing
Yeah.
and having a good time.
Yeah.
So
But I also think that is like what that player said is the perfect indication of what went wrong here. They're saying like, oh, I'm not going to kill you. I want to see your deck do the thing. And throughout this whole game, they've just been saying that the thing that their deck does is play their commander and have a big turn. And if you don't put all the pieces together that they play their commander, they cast 5 spells for free and burn down the whole table is the big turn, is them doing the thing, then you're like, oh, I'll just let my friend like have this turn, you know, like have this good turn.
yeah,
Or brother or whoever the person was. But like doing the thing is winning the game.
yeah,
And whenever you have that moment of mercy and it passed the turn and that person just fucking wins the game, you're like, well, I look like an idiot now.
Yeah.
Like this sucks.
Yeah.
So I think it's just truly, I think it's just because you were playing a combo deck and you should have been on like, if you wanted learning moments and to like be giving everybody all this information and like kind of taking a back seat, you should just be playing more of like a combat focused deck or something. I think combo decks are really hard. And I say this as someone who plays a fuck ton of combo decks. I think combo decks are really hard to prep a pod for, even when they're experienced players. Like when I'm playing Abdel Adrian into a pot of 3, I like explain the whole combo. And I'm like, if you see these cards, you should be worried. And that's because there have been many times where I've played it and it's won seemingly out of nowhere. And people have been like, oh, so that's just, I just can't interact. Like now that's it. So I try to be like, hey, if you see Felidar Guardian and it goes under
Be worried.
Abdel, you're fucked. So don't let that happen. Like interact before that happens, you know?
Yeah.
But if I was just saying, and then eventually Abdel comes down and I have, a, big turn, and I'm going to have a really big turn.
Yeah, so big, arbitrarily
Yeah.
large.
Some
in
might
fact.
say the biggest and last turn of the game.
Yeah. Yeah,
What do we think about the salt rating here on this one?
This is a tough salt because your heart is in the right place. Like you want to be teaching people and you want to be helping them out. I almost think you're doing too much though.
yeah,
I think I think you're saying too much. I think you're over explaining too much. I think you're trying to dungeon master this table
right.
of people,
Which you don't need to
you don't need to do. People can just play.
Yeah,
You know? And I don't think that there's any amount of like pre-explaining or like warning or foreshadowing that a combo could appear
mm-hmm.
that was gonna make this group of like somewhat newer players feel totally fine when they got comboed out on.
I do think one thing that you could do, Like, I think the part that's tough is implicit or like implied information is harder for newer players to like grasp, like the meaning of that implied information. So like you kind of have to spell things out a little bit more. But one thing you could do in an instance like this is like really frame the strategic decision. So like as you're teaching newer players or like getting people more used to it. We've talked a lot about these as if these are brand new players. It sounds like maybe they have a game or two.
I
so
think,
like it's not, this obviously scales, but like pointing out the face up information that you have is pretty reasonable, and being like, well, you don't want to attack me, and be like, oh, nice. That's great. I do have 8 lessons in my graveyard and enough mana to play Iroh. So I'm likely on my turn and a cost reducer. So yeah, on like talk about the face up on board information that you have, like openly, can be a helpful way of doing an element of that without being like vague and being like, oh, I have a big turn, or like this, like helping people build that skill of like evaluating what's going on out there rather than just trying to hint at what could happen. And then someone might say like, oh wait, does that mean that I'm going to take 16 damage because you have 2 pingers and all your stuff is going to be free and you have 8 of them? And then be like, oh, maybe they can put that together and realize they have to swing at you.
Yeah. I also think sometimes it's like, it's very hard to read how a deck is going to play and interact when you slow play like the final combo piece like that, like slow play the commander like that. But if Iroh had already been down and they saw you cast 1 spell from the graveyard and ping everybody for like 4 or 5 damage, then I think there would be a shift and they'd be like, okay, well, when he untaps, and once that cost reducer gets into play, he's going to rip 6 of those spells and we're fucked.
Yeah.
And then they can kind of put the piece together. But if they haven't seen Iroh hit the board at all and haven't seen that flashback mechanic happening, it's hard to.
No one's going to read that wall of
envision the
text and
combo.
like grasp it when they're still focusing on knowing how they can play the cards in their hand.
Like you have to not only read Iroh and understand it, but also piece it together with the 6 other cards that are on your board and be like, oh, I can see how this assembles a big turn.
Yeah. This is pretty high salt to me, because the experience of thinking you're being really helpful teaching people and trying to talk through the rules and feeling like you're going out of your way to over explain that you're potentially going to be a problem, and then winning and people accusing you of not having spent enough time explaining that you were going to win. Like that's really something that personally I would struggle with a ton. So that, like, not even the other players, I would be really salty in that moment and be like, but no, I tried so hard to make this clear. So that's pretty high salt to me, and for it to carry over to a next game, which is a 5-player game, is tough. Like
that's the funniest part, where he's like, "Just so you know, we shouldn't carry over our victories."
Yeah, that part is funny. I think maybe for that one, you just sit out for that game, and you get to be the DM. You get to help people with the rules and answer questions and point out like some of those interesting strategic things and be a little bit more supportive there.
Yeah, I think if you want to be that type of dungeon master, bastion of the rules, explaining every minute detail at the table, you got to be on a weaker deck.
Yeah,
you need to. You if you have something that's incredibly powerful and skill intensive to combo off with, I don't think the rest of the pod's gonna vibe with that.
Yeah.
Well, should we delve deeper, guys?
Let's do it.
What's the next term here?
Legend.
I don't know if that's gonna have anything. Man. Oh, there's one. No, there's like 300. Mike, can you give me a season?
Spartans! Tonight!
Our bees will block out the sun. Have you seen that video? This is Cake Town. This is Cake Town is such a good edit of the 300 trailer, where they're just like, this is Cake Town. And they're just like fighting with like, they like edit over all the swords with like pillows, and they're like, our bees will blot out the sun, and all the arrows they're shooting have like cute little bees on it. It's just a really goofy edit. The people at home are loving it.
This is good news.
This is good news. We can be bees. Give me a season here, Mike, because Tony said that he would never.
How about right on the edge of like summer and spring?
Ooh, okay. You're thinking like a May,
like a May sort of.
All right. Let me see. Ooh, yeah, we got one right here. Oh, and it is a block of text, folks. This one comes to us from our buddy Nate. And
thanks, Nate.
Oh, and this one we got. I was like, wow, we got this one recently. No, we got it like a year ago. Almost exactly. A little shy. Because the post is titled Pride Month Partners Salt.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Happy Pride. Though
Happy
it's
Pride.
probably
Though it's fucking like
way past
September when
that
this
at this
episode
point.
comes out. And the story goes, "Hey there, Salt Fathers. I come to you today with a story from my Playgroup's Commander Night last week. A little bit of a backstory. My Playgroup has grown and shrunk a lot over the years, including my good buddy, Captain Cross, who introduced me to your channel. Most of the time, we have weird-sized game nights, and we don't want to exclude anybody, so we do the dreaded 5-player games or split into a couple 3-player pods when there's only 6 of us. We also implemented a misplay swear jar last year. Basically, if you catch a misplay in a reasonable amount of time, you put $1 in the jar and take back the play. Then at some point when we have enough, we will buy a box and do a draft."
That's cute.
Awesome.
I love
that. So being as we're used to a little more unorthodox games, we decided to participate in the Pride Month Commander rule, where every legend has partner. The games can be pretty punchy, to say the least. The night in question, we did 2 pods of 3, and I was in a pod with my friends Jared and Mike. I changed their names. We can change their names if we want, but they don't care. Brother, if you don't change the names, I'm not fucking changing the names. I don't need reading these things to be more complicated. Jared is a bit of a whiner when he doesn't get his way in a game and often rages/scoops when you stop him from winning. Definitely our Playgroup's saltiest baby, which will come up later. I was on Teamer Energy with Sahili and Nissa World Soul Speaker as the partner. Jared was on his Starscream deck, newly partnered with Shieldred the Apocalypse.
Jesus Christ.
And Mike was on Jeskai Kaikar. Mike is not super important to the story, so I guess get fucked 3rd player. Is Kaikar single? Kaikar wasn't dating for Pride Month? It's a shame. Now to the game. Starscream was off to an early lead with a turn 1 Soul Ring into a turn 2 Shieldred. I knew who the threat was, especially being as I was playing an upgraded precon into his bracket 4 list. So when I had the opportunity, I spent 4 energy and sacrificed my Helios 1 to destroy his Shieldred. Jared put her into the graveyard, and I look at him funny. I asked him, "Oh, are you planning to reanimate that, bud?" Jared shrugs, "Maybe." So I look down at my board and remember I have a Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, I'll activate Soul Guide Lantern and exile all opponents' graveyards. Jared groans and turns his graveyard sideways, with Shieldred sitting right on top. I gave him a weird look and say, "Hey man, you sure you want to do that?" And he shrugs again and groans. I mean, I guess so. I give him and Mike one more weird look. Mike shrugs at me. "Okay, if that's what you want to do, Jared, I'll pass my turn to you." Now, fast forward 3 or 4 turn rotations, Jared still is in the commanding lead, looks at her in exile and goes, "Hey, what the fuck?" Only now realizing he had exiled his commander. He starts arguing that he should get it back because we never told him that what he was doing was stupid by letting his new partner commander change zones and not calling him on it. I told him that I tried my best to draw his attention to it without explicitly telling him, "Hey man, that's your commander." I explained that putting it into the graveyard would appear perfectly normal to me, knowing he runs reanimation in his mono blacklist, and I tried to bring attention to it when he exiled it too. Personally, I think he was just too butthurt about it getting removed and just didn't think twice.
Yeah.
He then gets up, packs up all his cards, and tells us this is bullshit and that this type of thing happens all the time, in quotes, and that he's done trying anymore. Done trying. After yelling at me and calling me and Mike dicks, he leaves. Obviously, this was a huge scene, so everyone in the room had a productive conversation about what happened. To try and shorten my already long-winded story, we basically came to the consensus if he had just offered to pay $1 instead of flipping out or even just talked it out before we started getting hostile, we probably wouldn't have had an issue with him taking that game action back. While we were talking it out, he texted our play group that he's done playing with our group and wants to be removed from the chat.
Damn.
This surprised us all. He has left mid-game before out of being angry about how something shook out, but this is a step further than we thought he'd go. Being as this just happened last Friday, we will see if he gets over it and comes back or continues to think that we are all out to get him over a TCG. Either way, the rest of us played the rest of the night with a couple of 5-player games and laughed it off. I'm not sure if I'm the bad guy in this story. At the end of the day, it's a game and things never need to escalate to that point. But I always get that maybe I should have just told him not to exile his commander. What do you guys think? Anyways, sorry if this was too long. This was my first story I'm writing in, but I've been listening for a couple years now, and Kraz told me I had to submit this one.
Nice.
He only got to witness the aftermath in the group chat. P.S. I'm having a baby boy this October. What are the odds you can get some HSM onesies on the bonfire? Got to start him young and educational after all. Anyways, much love, guys, and thanks for reading. Well, thank you so much, Nate. Your kid is almost a year old now. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get some like toddler size clothes from there.
Yeah. Wow.
I feel like this is just something. This is pretty classic, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody trying to be cheeky, putting their commander into a different zone and getting fucked.
I think this person totally forgot they had two commanders.
Yeah, I mean,
both
yeah,
when
sure,
they put it in the graveyard
that's
and
part
when
of
they
it.
put it in exile. And I think they were
That's
just
fair.
grumpy and they're an emotional player. They
Yep.
react to things strongly, and that's what happened here. I don't think you did anything wrong, and I think that this sounds like you are closer to having a proper 4-person pod more frequently, and that is good.
Yeah.
I also think that like the fact that there's this established misplay jar that you can pay $1 into, this is such an easy one to like rewind to and be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you threw it in the thing. It's like
In fairness, the way they described it at the beginning is like if you catch it early enough. So there
Yes.
may have been like in their mind like it's been however long, I can't do that anymore. That's not quite how this works.
Yeah.
I totally think that this is the exact kind of thing that you can easily be like, nothing has changed
Yeah,
in the game.
exactly.
Yeah.
We can just say it's in the command zone.
Yeah, it's
but-
either in exile or like over a tiny bit in the command zone. Like, it's kind of the same
So
shit.
it's like no big deal. Like nothing, it doesn't affect the game
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
some real way.
Also, this
Um,
person's playing Shouldered Starscream and like getting grumpy about stuff like
Yeah,
this.
dude.
That's crazy.
Have you guys
Fuck
thought
off.
about this? I actually watched the Play to Win CDH episode where they do this.
the
Oh,
Pride
the
Commanders?
Pride Commanders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I think it would be Obnix and Vivi.
Oh, yeah. Obnix and Vivi
Oh,
would be gross.
gross.
Because you
That'd
put
be
curiosity
sick.
effects in there and shit.
It'd be so fucking sick.
Yeah. Grixis Vivi would be nasty.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Ugh.
just Grixis Vivi. You don't even need Obnix. in
No,
there.
you do
know,
need
but
Obnix
it's
because
like-
then every time you
Vivi
trigger Vivi,
triggers.
it's
Yeah,
like a
you get
built-in curiosity
Yeah, that
in
is pretty
the
good.
command zone.
Yeah.
Pseudo curiosity.
I think mine, I was funny because I was literally talking about this today or a couple days ago in the Discord on our Patreon Discord. And my answer is so lame. Whenever, like, I really struggle to build a whole new deck, whole cloth, just for like a single day of playing games.
Mm-hmm.
It's why I'm not into like Rule Zero decks and all that kind of stuff. So when these Pride events come up, usually I look at if I'm going to take a deck to a Pride event, I look at a deck and I'm like, what's the dopest legend in my 99? It's in the command zone now. So I would just do Marath with Michelangelo Weirdness to 11 in the command zone. And then I only need to find Cryptic Trilobite and I can win the game.
Oh.
Right? Like just
Yeah.
one half of my A plus
Yeah.
B combo in the command zone. Fucking incredible.
It's like Sisse with Selvala.
Yeah, Sisse with
With the
Selvala or
green
Sisse with like
Selvala.
Kinnan.
Yeah.
And like
Or
either
like
would
Bridget
be
and
great.
Selvala just together.
Yeah.
Like there's so many. I think it's pretty easy when you think about it that way to just flip a deck into that type of into like a Pride build. I did this one time with. It wasn't for a Pride event, but I was playing in my old Commander League so many years ago, and we did like a lieutenant rule one night where we took. I think it was a legend in your deck that had to be lower CMC than your commander and put it into your command zone. And you could cast it from there once or something like that. And I played Rafik and I put SRAM in the command zone.
Yeah.
And it was just
Let me
great.
just get
I
an
was like,
instant
sick. My
engine.
draw engine is right here.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. I think it's fun though. Like if I really wanted to be creative with it, I think it would be Marath with Thrasios probably. Because then I can just
You're doing
make
cradle
an infinite
things,
mana
like-
combo,
Yeah.
draw my deck with Thrasios, and draw myself into something that wins with Marath pretty easily.
Yeah.
It's just more of like a linear infinite
Feels
mana
kind
deck.
of sad though when it's like it's just have cards that win
Yeah.
the game when you have your deck in your hand as opposed to
Basically.
like it's really Marath. So I like the concept of put one of my A plus B cards in the command zone.
The fact that
Makes
the
sense.
fact that Michelangelo's a legend, it's like
Yeah.
easy, dude.
Yeah.
Easy.
How about you,
money.
Mike?
I don't know. I feel like if you wanted to have, if I was going to build it for casual, because you guys
Yeah.
jumped to CDH right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this was a description of playing it at casual.
Yep.
And if I was going to do it at casual, I feel like I'd just pick something purely on the ship of the two commanders, you know?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the flavor of
the flavor of it.
the love
Sure,
between
yeah.
those two
Yeah,
characters
gotcha,
rather
gotcha.
than something else. And
So,
I don't know
yeah.
who that would be.
Tyler
I'd have
did
to look through it.
Lotho Kinnan.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Amazing.
That's actually great. A
Uh,
four color Kinnan. That's really good.
And I ship it too. That's great. Yeah.
I think for like a casual build, like the one that I've kicked around in the past would be Marath and Gave Guru of the Spores.
Well,
Yeah.
in my
To just have,
brain
like,
when
a
I said this, I
disgusting
thought you would
plus
just do
counter
those
attack
two.
with
To
4
be
colors.
honest,
It'd be so fun, man. Marath with black would be great, but like in a CDH build, it's just Michelangelo all day, every day.
Well, back to this.
But yeah, I think you're totally spot on, Mike. I think like when you add a new rule to a game, and it seems like maybe this person did the Sam, cop out thing where they're like, Shieldred's in my 99, now it's in the command zone. I think it's harder to register as you play the game. Oh, that's my commander. It's just because it's just a card that's in your 99.
Especially if like something is in your command zone.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, something's in my command zone, so my commander isn't in play,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I would assume that most of these are people taking like a deck they have already and either splashing a color into it, and just like adding a little bit, or like I don't think there's that many where you're gonna completely just build a deck
from scratch.
Yeah.
for this exact piece of like you get to use it for like that month and then that's it, right? Well, what do we think about the salt rating here on this one?
Well, I mean, this dude fucking cursed everyone out and left and was never heard from again.
Yeah,
so it's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, it's pretty salty.
bad, dude. And over something that's quite small, to be honest.
And addressable easily and not a big deal in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
I think this is such a self-contained salt. Like it's so focused and internal to this one person.
Yeah.
Like I hope the play group didn't feel like a big hit by that either, because like this is just one person that is struggling with some emotional regulation rather than like a problem that y'all need to figure out about how you already have these fixes for this in place with like the Misplay Jar and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm glad that time has gone by. I do hope you comment and let us know.
Yeah,
what
I want to know if
because I would love
know.
to know. Like
It's been a year, and it'll be a little bit more when this episode drops. So I'm
did
curious.
like a month go by and they were like, just kidding, sorry, I blew up, guys, or is it like you've just never heard from them again?
It's just some of the things he said, like, you guys should have told me I was doing something stupid. It's like your friend really did. Because like that happens, misplays happen all the time. And we try not to catch each other on misplays because, we want to win the game.
Yeah. But
And
how
we
many
learn.
times does somebody in the game of Magic say, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
And is it like a telling thing to
Exactly,
be
dude.
like, something is
Especially if you think it's
here.
just a regular creature you have that's going to the graveyard. And they're like, are you sure you're putting that in the graveyard? It's like, that's where creatures go when they die.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Are you sure? Like that should have clued you in right there.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that he says, like, he says this type of thing happens all the time. And he's, quote, done trying anymore.
What type of thing? You misplaying and getting mad at other people for not stopping
literally,
you?
dude. Like, what? Other people are supposed to stop you from misplaying? Like,
It sounds like maybe you needed to try a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe get good. It's fucking crazy.
Well, one last one.
Yeah, let's do it. What's the last term here?
Ocarina.
Ocarina.
We all knew it.
I didn't. I thought
Everybody?
it might have been time. Nothing for Ocarina.
Damn. Well, now it's time.
It's time.
And if that doesn't work, then it's of.
There's so many for time. There's so many for time. Tony, will you give me a season, please?
Winter.
You heard it here first, folks. Tony's a deal breaker. He just took back his promise. Winter.
Did you promise
Always
to
bullied,
not give
folks.
seasons at some point?
Always bullied.
Yeah,
Try
at
to
the
be the
start of
bigger
the
man.
episode.
Try to help my friend.
I gotcha. This story comes to us from our buddy IR Defect. And
You heart defect.
I do love the defect in Slay the Spire too.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
Remember
good.
when he was like, "This game's dumb." Like,
Yeah.
why is it? And now he's
Yeah.
like so pilled.
When
Yeah.
did I say that?
When you
I
weren't
think
winning,
it's even recorded.
you weren't making progress, and you were like, I'm kind of done.
Really?
You were like, yeah, it's not like Palatra where I know I'm losing,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm done. And you were grumpy about
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. Yeah,
You got
I was
better.
fucking wrong about that.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
game-
There we
Slay the
go.
Spire 2 rules.
Yeah.
We got there.
I was
there,
wrong.
folks.
I was so wrong. I think I had like umbrage with playing in groups because I was playing so slow because I was like new to it, and I was just like, this is just even longer than my already really slow runs. And now I like rip a full run in 20 minutes. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm
Has
a
Caroline played it?
Caroline played the first Slay the Spire and like didn't quite catch the bug.
Oh, interesting.
But I think if she watched me play Slay the Spire 2, she would probably get into it.
Because you could play it together.
Yeah, that too as well.
That's why I
we
said
can
that
play it
too.
co-op. That
Slaying that
too.
Spire 2.
That too.
That too, though.
That too, though. All right. Did I say what the story is titled?
I don't think so, but I hope it's a short one.
From RU Defect, though. IR Defect.
And
Is that an infrared defect, or is it? All right, let's just get
could
the story,
be.
I
Could also
guess.
be an like an I Am Weasel reference. That like really disturbing cartoon that was on Cartoon Network. And then the post is titled Martyrdom of Salt. And the story goes, and it is a pretty short one, so we don't have to buckle up. In fact, unbuckle. Close your eyes. Hands off the wheel. No,
Jesus.
no, I'm kidding. So this is the horror story of the Knights of the Round playing Magic, 12-person. Hold up. Is this a 12-person game? Okay, I guess we'll figure it out. 12-person, that it's like 12-person in parentheses. They don't really offer anything more. It was the first time at a card shop, and I was just finishing up a trade when a couple of friends, not mine, came up to my friend and asked if they wanted to play a game, and we agreed. However, we did not know that there would be 8 other players. Good God, it is a 12-person game.
But why?
Oh my God.
I thought we agreed to stop reading stories about
But
this
why?
many people. Didn't we make that a rule?
No, we didn't.
Fuck.
Why not 3 pods, though?
We
Carry
thought and tried asking to just play a 4-person pod, but the 10 others wanted to do a 12-man free-for-all. So for the sake of time, this became a 10v1, all because I was playing Grand Arbiter Augustine the Fourth.
I'm sorry. For the sake of time, you played Grand Arbiter.
I think they're saying for the sake of time in the story, like sum it up. This is what it ultimately became.
I thought they were saying like to
A
try and make
10v1.
it go fast or some shit. Like, oh, Jesus.
What I'm
Christ.
curious about is what happened to the 12th person. It's a 10v1?
I think 12th player gets fucked.
Oh,
So.
okay. 12th player gets fucked. Well, this deck was a random mix of curses, card draw, and bounce spells.
Jesus.
As the game starts and goes around the table, players are playing lands, mana rocks, and dorks, small creatures, and I am playing enchantments, curses. So I play my commander, and the typical groan comes from the rest of the table, and they all agree to target me only with combat damage, as I've already mentioned to them that Gave is the only creature in the deck. So one by one, they hit me with moderate-sized creatures and twiddle away my life. It's not the correct use of twiddle, but we will let it pass. By the time it gets to the by the time it gets to the play,
it's Grand Arbiter Augustine the
Gave.
Fourth. Gaive.
Now
I understand.
Gaiiv.
Gaaaiv.
That's it.
I understand now.
They have it as GATF, which is really throwing me for a loop. Grand
Wow.
Arbiter Augustine the Fourth.
Wow. I've
Missing an A. Yeah.
I've never before.
Yeah, it's really confusing me.
Good, that's flavor text.
So one by one, they hit me with moderate-sized creatures and whittle my wife away.
Whittle my wife. Whittle my wife away.
Whittle my wife away and whittle my life away. By the time it gets to the 5th player past me, my life total is low and I am a little annoyed. They look at me with a grin and proceed to the combat step and send all of his creatures at my face. I looked at my hand, and in my hand was a land and a frantic search and a card that caused players to scoop, a Worldpurge. Now, the Worldpurge is a back-breaking bounce spell, since it almost resets the game, but in the instant, I could not cast it because it is a sorcery.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to cast the Frantic Search in the hopes I can get an Aetherize. And I cast, draw 2, and what I drew was not a bounce spell, but a Quicken. I discard both land cards, one that came from the Frantic Search and one from my hand, and adjusted accordingly. I might have forgot to mention that Gave is still on the field, as well as a Soul Ring, a Sisay's Ring, and a Commander Sphere, plus 4 dual-colored lands and a floating blue mana.
That'll do it.
As I looked at the board and noticed that everyone was tapped out, I took the plunge and cast Quicken. No response. Then, with the remaining mana, I cast Worldpurge and watched as the color drained from their faces as I read the card out loud and their blank stares as they shuffled through their hands and then looking at each other, hoping for a response. But there was none! That was in all caps. And one by one, they picked up their cards and chose their 7 and shuffled the rest away. And with that, I gave them a hearty GG, and my friend and I left the table.
Oh.
As we went over to the store counter, we could hear them bitch and moan as they had to restart the game that already took 45 minutes to get to that point. 45 minutes is pretty tame for that.
Pretty
long.
quick, yeah.
Was it a spite play? You're damn right it was. Do I regret my decision? Nope, not one bit. I had a whole table aiming for me because of Gave, So I responded with the most fuck you response I had. P.S. Love you guys. Keep it going. You helped me get through long shifts at work. Also, see, Tony, blue cannot be trash in the right circumstances.
Well,
Well,
I'm unconvinced.
well, thank you, IR Defect. Mike, can you read Worldpurge to us?
Yes. It was recently a salty card. We talked about this one.
Oh, did we?
It is 4 and then 4 hybrid Azorius mana, so 8 mana altogether. It's a sorcery. Return all permanents to their owner's hands. Each player chooses up to 7 cards in his or her hand, then shuffles the rest into his or her library and empty all mana pools.
Oof. The empty all mana pool sucks.
Yeah. Empty all mana pools.
That's what
after
made me
you shuffle
remember it, the
everything.
empty
empty all
all.
mana pools.
And Quicken, if people don't know, it's just a 2 mana instant that lets you.
I think it's 1.
Is it 1?
Yeah, it's a 1 mana instant that lets you play your next sorcery spell as if it had flash.
Yep.
And it draws a card.
And it draws a card. You were correct.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a
Get
pretty
'em.
dope card.
Get him, Mike.
Got him.
That's surprisingly cool.
It is pretty cool. It's kind of like Blue's Overmaster.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well,
It's still counterable though.
12-player game, guys. Do we even have to say it? What the fuck are you doing? Just say no to that.
Yeah, you
Like-
could say no.
And you clearly didn't even want
You
to play
didn't want to do it.
The fact that you scooped out halfway through the game.
The fact that you chose Grand Arbiter Augustine the Fourth for your commander
yeah,
for it.
It's also you're a sicko. Like, yeah, I don't know. When I ever get put into a pod with more than 4 people, that's when I'm busting out the combo decks.
Yeah.
That's the only way to play into a 12-person game is like a gross combo deck, you know?
Yeah. Where it'll just end the
Which
game.
just ends the game.
Doesn't matter. I'm
Yep.
sure maybe someone will interact with you, but you don't have to worry about board states. You just jam your shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
I will say, when we had Josh Lee Kwai on, he mentioned that they were doing on game nights, they were doing a 10-person game. Did you guys watch that video?
I didn't watch it.
It was really entertaining. And it actually looked genuinely fun.
Yes, but the problem here is, folks at home, that was like, it was a game. I think there's the variance of the
It was
decks
a
they
game.
have
Yeah.
and like all those kinds of pieces, but it is staged in the sense that it's like we are planning to do this. They are making things for content.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this
it's for
wasn't like
entertainment
friends
purposes.
like sitting down at home being like, yeah, let me pull out my Grand Arbiter the Fourth fucking
Yeah.
deck for this 10-person game that's going to happen. Like, I'm sure that it was entertaining, because if it wasn't
Yeah.
entertaining, guess what, folks? They wouldn't have fucking published it. If it was a dog shit 3-hour game, they wouldn't have done that. But
well,
like,
the reason why I bring it up is because they had an interesting rule that they included, which is called like the Bag of Doom or something along those lines, where every player had like a chip that went into this bag, and at the end of every round of play, they would pull a random. I think it like started on turn 2 or 3 or something. They would pull a random chip out, and if they pulled it out, you immediately died and you were kicked out of the game. And the way to get your chip out of the bag was that you have to deal damage to somebody during your turn. Like, you just have to deal damage to somebody over the course. And as soon as you
Gotcha.
dealt damage to someone, your name got removed out of the bag. So it sort of like forced this, or no,
people
it was,
can't just pillow fort up and
yeah,
sit
it was an
there.
opponent has to lose life on your turn was the rule. Because I remember, because people had like fetch lands, and they were basically like, hey, I'll make a deal with you. I can crack my fetch on your turn and get you out of the Bag of Doom if
Yeah.
you help me out. So it was kind of this thing to like add politics to the game and also be like,
But
you
force it in
have
a
to
direction.
attack. Like,
And
you
players will
must
die.
be attacking, or you're gonna
Yeah,
fucking
to
die.
move it along.
Yeah.
That's really what. And so I think
it was
that's
a cool
actually
way of
really
doing it.
smart way to do it.
And it put like a pressure on the table, and that was. It was funny because I finished it and I was like, I would play a 10-person game if this was the vibe.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting in hindsight. They did like a post game wrap up and talked about it. It was very interesting, like when they actually broke it down at the end of the game and talked about what each player did. Some players cast 3 spells, cast their commander, it got bounced, and like did nothing. But over the course of the whole game, like you're seeing everyone and you're like, wow, lots happening. But if you isolate individual players, it's like, oh, that
it's
player
like, I
actually did nothing.
Fucking nothing.
And the people that were last in rotation just got like totally hosed because
Yeah.
you know, it's like the being
because
fourth seed in
7 other
CDH.
people went before
Yeah,
them. and
literally.
were like, yeah.
So I think there are ways to do it, but I still don't think it's something to ever really seek out. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think it's like, I don't know. It sounds like these players were mad to get any interaction. Like, obviously, this is a pretty horrible board wipe, But a board wipe is going to happen at some point in that game and reset.
I mean,
things.
it's a big dick move to like cast that, do that, wait
And
for them
bounce.
to shuffle the cards into their deck actually, and then be like, all right, peace.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
It's weird.
That's pretty bad.
If you know
Like,
you're
don't go back to the LGS.
if you know you're not gonna enjoy a game like that, you just don't sign up for
Don't
it.
say it.
Just
Yeah.
don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's not
And
worth
also
it.
bringing Gave to that, like, so you of course you're the arch enemy. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're gonna sit down with one of the saltiest commanders out there and then be like, I got no creatures in my deck but Gave. And people are like, sick, I'm gonna attack you. What are you talking about?
Because that means that there's nothing but a bunch of bullshit in your deck that I
Yeah.
don't really want to see.
Yeah.
It's also such a funny reflection on like the 10 people that wanted this game. Because they sat down, someone reveals Gave, and immediately they're like, we have to knock this person out. It's like, well, I don't know if you wanted a 12-person game then, guys.
Mm.
If one salty deck was going to make you knock that person out immediately, sounds like you wanted an 11-person game.
Well, what do we think about the salt rating here on this one?
It's weird, man. Like, it's weird to have a salty story with 12 people where the 12 people piece isn't the salty part, right?
Mm.
Like, it just kind of sucks. I think you were kind of wrong to do this to those people. I don't know if that's a hot take. I think you just should have said no, like Mike was saying. You
I
just shouldn't
think
have played
that's
the game.
the biggest thing. Like, you could have just said no, but it's weird. I almost don't know how to feel about it because it's like,
Yeah.
it feels like it was a bit of a dick move, but again, it's like 11 other people. Nobody had an answer. Get fucked, folks. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
True.
But I don't know how you prepare for that either, right?
Yeah.
But like, I certainly would have been incredibly annoyed if I was one of the other people that I'd shuffled my stuff in and then you dip. I'd be like,
Oh yeah, dude.
fuck you, dude.
Yeah, I would like
I'd be
never
really-
play with that person at the LGS.
But
ever
I'll
again.
tell you this much too. I would not then play that game. I would not
I'd
then like
stop.
shuffle up
Yeah.
and play
Yeah.
another game, which it sounds like what they were like doing.
Yeah.
Like I would just be like, I'm done for today.
To me,
But I also would have just been like, we have 12 people.
yeah.
We can either do 3 pods or y'all
Or,
can
like, yeah,
have
we're gonna
your
do,
little
like,
circle
1v1
jerk
or
and I'm gonna go
something.
do stuff over here.
To me, it's just such a rude spite play that it's like hard to ignore that, because like if you were gonna leave the game anyways, then you were just about to get knocked out and be out of the
Yeah.
game. Just get knocked out and be out of the game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, play
you
to his
didn't
outs,
want you didn't want to play in this game, so why ruin it for these sickos that did want
Yeah.
a giant game? Let them have their sick and twisted time,
Yeah.
you know? And then like you're mad that you got targeted down, like you're fucking playing a stacks deck
Yeah.
that is weak and has no blockers. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, what did you expect was gonna happen, dude?
Yeah. If you're in a room full of people that you don't want to be in that room with them, you can just walk out. You don't have to fart and then walk out.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
Hey, but if you do, man,
Exactly.
you do.
Yeah.
This is like you went to fart before you walked out of the room, but you fully shit your pants and like left the shitty pants there, and then you were like, later, losers. And they're like, there's shitty pants in the room now.
Yeah.
I almost think it's a weird, different version of he made everyone else shit their pants and then he left.
Imagine you're at a party and someone leaves, but right before they leave, everyone in the party farts at the exact same time, and you're like, "Did a spell just get cast on us? What the fuck was that?"
Well, Sam,
Yes, Tony.
is it that time of the week?
Tony, I think it is that time of the week.
Oh shit, baby! Well, lay it on me. What time is it?
It's the time of the week that comes every week.
I mean, every motherfucking week, baby.
It's the time of the week where we say, Mike.
Mike.
Yes.
What's the salty card of the week?
The salty card of the week this week is
Shuffle up your deck list. We're gonna game today. Whoa. And I'm playing blue bullshit to counter everything you play. So get ready for a long one, cause I don't even play a win con. He doesn't play a win con. Let's all piss off each other. Whoa, whoa, let's get salty together. And that is a song you guys probably don't know.
I definitely don't know it.
That is
I thought you were gonna say "piss on me."
Piss on me.
Like somewhere towards the end there, the lyrics. I was like,
piss
what?
each other off.
Yeah.
And then take a piss on me. That is a cover of The Great Adventure by Stephen Curtis Chapman. And like 30 people out there who were forced to go to a similar church as mine as a kid are going crazy right now. You listen to that on Sunday mornings when you went to go get donuts after church. Yeah, that's some church music. That's some progressive church music.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's just like I just woke up 2 weeks ago and it was stuck in my head, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to this song, and I was like, "Oop, still a banger, still pretty fucking good."
Nice. Well, thank you, Sam. That was a
Shepherd
lovely,
Me, Oh God, was the
salty
hymn
song.
that I was always
Well,
rocking to, and it was very old school.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
We had like a worship team. So
Yeah.
there was like a guitar on
Yeah,
stage
yeah,
and
yeah.
drums.
We didn't
dude.
have any of that shit.
Yeah.
We had an organ, and that was about it.
Yeah,
Sometimes a keyboard would get.
I
broken
remember
out.
when the chorus got phased out, and it was like a problem.
Yeah.
They were like, "Is this sinning to
Yeah.
have rock music at the church?"
Yeah.
It was fucking great.
We had my mom cantering.
Laying it down, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, the salty card of the week this week is Overburden.
Oh, I know this.
Is this a red card?
No,
Are you thinking of Overmaster?
you are,
No.
which we talked about today. It is 1 and a blue for an enchantment. Whenever a player puts a creature card into play, that player returns land he or she controls to its owner's hand.
So fucking stupid. It's 1 and a blue.
One
for
and
that?
a blue, baby.
Overburden.
1 and a blue. Overburden.
fuck?
Overburden. So weird.
Overburden.
That probably was in that Grand Arbiter deck.
Hopefully, yeah,
Maybe.
Probably if you're running only one creature.
Puts a creature. Whenever a player puts a non-token creature onto the battlefield, the player returns the land they control to its owner's hand.
So
That's
Tony, would this
very
make you
wild.
salty?
Yes. Who wouldn't be salty from this stupid fucking card?
I don't know, creatureless decks.
It's
yeah,
literally
a
like
Gave deck with just one creature.
it, and like it's so annoying because I can think of the commanders like fucking Talrand would want this because you just cast spells to get your drakes and like
That is pretty
there's like
good.
that blue illusion-y guy. There's somebody who like you get like
Yeah.
illusions, some bullshit, all
Yeah.
like blue bullshit. Fuck blue. Like I don't
Alright.
really have anything else to say. Like it sucks. Like I don't think any Magic player is gonna sit down and be like, oh yeah, that's fine. And the decks that are running it know that you're gonna hate it and they want you to hate them off the table. But you're not even gonna be able to because you're gonna lose your lands every time you're trying to cast a fucking creature.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking enchantment. So like that's not always the easiest thing to remove. At least I almost
Sorry, black
wish it
decks
was a
and
fucking
red decks.
creature.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be a little
Like
bit
if it's a
easier to get rid of
creature,
it.
it just feels like a little bit more manageable.
Yeah.
But yeah, this made me fucking salty. This shit.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Nice. Sam, what about you? What are your thoughts on this card?
Yeah. Immediately I was like, how do I break this? And I think Tony's right with like token decks
Mm-hmm.
can break it.
Mm-hmm.
Landfall decks, like decks where you can play more than one land per turn,
Dina and Simone.
don't give a fuck about this. Yeah, Dina and Zimone could be pretty dope with this. The interesting thing, because like Dina and Zimone, Zimone and Dina, I know it's different. They play like I make a lot of things that generate creature tokens on land ETB, which would work pretty well with this. I don't know. It's an interesting one. It kind of says like you can only play one creature per turn, and if you do that, you can't go positive on lands.
Mm-hmm.
And if you play more than one, you're going to go negative on lands. If you
Mhm.
play 0 creatures, you can continue to hit land drops and go positive on lands. I think that there are some cheeky things here where if you don't have land drops, it gives you land drops,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't mind. Like
Mhm.
it almost has that like Quarian Ranger trick where if you don't have a land drop, you return the forest to your hand and then you play it again. You're like, I kind of like ritualed for one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's an interesting card. I think most of my decks, it would make me salty to see it. But at the same time, I'm so intrigued by it. It's just such
it's
a
also
strange
different.
effect.
It's different if it hits on turn 7 than if it hits on turn
Yes.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Too. Yeah, for sure. Like if it hits super, super early and you can't develop,
And
I think
early is
that's-
probably turn 4
rough.
and earlier.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think once you're past that, then you can kind of get away. You like, I've already got value out and doing stuff,
Yeah.
whatever. I'll just return things and I won't care as much. But anywhere in those first 4 turns, you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But like I think it would be very easy to build a deck that doesn't give a fuck about this and
Mhm.
can put this in the 99 and You know, like
we
anything that
mentioned like 5
puts
of
lands
them.
into play and shit like that, you just go crazy and you're like,
Yeah.
who cares, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think about this one, Mike?
I think you guys hit a bunch of the stuff really on point. I do love a cheap effect that does a clean kind of thing, which this totally does.
Yeah.
It's neat. Obviously, token decks are going to break it. Some decks are going to be completely unequipped to handle this.
Yep.
Like your elf ball deck that needs to play more shit. Like
Yeah, you're fucked.
you're
dude.
playing your land war and you're bouncing a land back to hand. You're like, oh, I barely made any progress here in developing. Like some decks just can't handle this kind of effect. I also like that it's like put into play too. So like even if decks are cheating big shit in, like that's all still going to impact it. It's old too, which is neat. I like it. Love me an old card. That said,
Prophecy, dude.
Yeah, Prophecy.
Same set with Risk Study.
I don't think it's going to be pleasant in most of the games where this comes down.
Yeah.
And I think, like we said, like some decks are just going to get completely demolished by it. Some decks are going to be able to kind of navigate playing around it. And yeah, there's a bunch of commanders that make insane use of it, like Hullen, which is whenever you cast a creature spell, you draw a card, and then you can put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, Chulane, Hullen, however you want to say it.
Never say it that way.
Like you're playing your creature spell, you're bouncing a land, but then you get to immediately play that land back
Yeah,
out, so you're
that's
fine.
That's crazy.
Zur, just because you can cheat it out. Patron of the Moon, which lets you put land cards from your hand into play tapped. Our beloved commander of salty cards, Taniwa.
Taniwa, dude. Yeah, you fucking phase out your lands.
Yeah, you phase
Who
out
even
all your lands,
cares?
play a bunch of creatures. It's
Taniwa.
fine.
Oh, man.
So yeah, I think there's some annoying shit you can do with
The
it.
next Secret Santa we do with each other, we
All
should
Taniwa lists.
all build each other Taniwa decks.
Definitely.
Also, I was gonna say you should just build it for the Chad Magic thing. If only he was a hero.
If only it wasn't.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
if only he was a hero for
Yeah.
sure.
If only.
Well, where do you boys think this lands in the top 300 saltiest cards on EDH Rec?
It's a tough one. I do have a guess.
I have a guess as well.
My guess is 166.
Mine is 152.
Sam wins.
Hey!
It is 187.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We were in the right neighborhood.
You were?
Though.
Yeah, correct. Domain.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, does it see a lot of play?
No.
Yeah, I kind of like this is a card.
I mean, I guess it sees some. It's in 0.17% inclusion.
Oh, okay.
So, but no. The short answer is no. It doesn't
that's
see a lot
still
of play.
no.
It's still
Yeah.
pretty low. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those cards that I think if you're doing the salty card voting, you have never seen it. Much like our reactions today, you've never seen it. You read it and you're like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
And you say it's salty.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
It's really wild, man. I kind of want to build a deck with it
yeah.
now.
Or just think about which decks I have that could put it in. Like,
Yeah.
there's not that many that can just like safely
Ovika.
slot it in.
Yeah.
Even Ovika, like I have some creatures that I really don't want to lose the lands on, and like lands are really important. Like
Just
I
have
want to be
mana
able to set
echoes.
up like Hexing Squelcher before
Yeah.
playing Ovika, or like, you know, like some of these other value Skirk Prospector, some of these other creatures I just want to get out before
Well,
Ovika
we've said
is
it in
landing.
the past. Just because you have it in your hand doesn't mean you have to play it.
No.
No.
You do.
I
You
have to play
to.
it.
No,
If I'm gonna run this, I'm gonna have to play it.
Don't
Yeah.
do that. I
You
thought
have
we
to
were
play
having
it.
a good time.
you
have you
gotta
seen this
play it.
movie?
No, I
No.
haven't.
Oh
What
my
is
god,
that?
it's fucking wild. It's from Obsession. You guys
I
haven't seen
haven't
those like
seen it yet.
reels?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't yet.
They're wild.
I saw like one Obsession reel, and then my entire timeline turned to Obsession reels, and I was like, I just had to take an afternoon and like say none
like,
of
please
these.
stop.
Not
I'm like,
interested.
I haven't seen the movie. I don't need to see this stuff. This
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah. It's
Well,
wild,
that
though.
wraps it up for the salty card of the week. Thanks for playing.
Thanks, Mike. That was a lovely salty card. We'll be thinking about that one for the next few weeks. And thank you to our prospectors out there for tuning into another episode of the Howling Salt Mine podcast. You know, I'm going to shout them out, our Salt Shaker tier. And this week I'm going to shout out the Salt Shaker tier. And this week we have Young Padawan Welder, Above the Beat, Purge Ocho Cinco, Hello Is It Me, Lieutenant Dan MTG, Thumbs 3, Cosmic Cryptid, The Quiet One, Stormtrooper Jake, The Crimson Chariot, Sire Speedy, David Scott, to Dan Kong, Devin Griggs, Ramming Speed, Srotna Sequoia, Guy Stromling, Dusty Cupboards, Thoughtsman's Prime, Captain Cross, Rothbox, Clearbrook, Bobo Fett, and Swankub. Thank you all for supporting our show. We appreciate you. If you want more Howling Salt Mine in your life, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Howling Salt Mine. We have an awesome Discord community. We're jamming games there every single month on our Patreon game nights. We're talking about spoilers. We're sharing pictures of our pets, pictures of our food, other cool things that we find out in the world. It's just a cool community. And if you want to play games over Spell Table or over Convoke, which I think is the superior product these days, you should come on in and check it out. We also have a ton of bonus content on there and other benefits at higher tiers. Other things that you can do to support the show, check out our merchandise. We have shirts on Bonfire. We have our hats on the Dead on Board website. And we have our, we got the shirts there. Tony's just wearing like a random shirt. We also have our playmats over on the Jank Mats website. And we have our Howling Salt Mine sleeves on the Dragon Shield website. If you're on the Dragon Shield website, use our affiliate code, Stay Salty, all one word, all lowercase, for 5% off your purchase of other things. You don't get the benefit on our sleeves. That would be double dipping. But if you buy other shit, you can get the 5% off. Other ways you can help us out, give us a salty story. You can send it to our Gmail, which is thehowlingsaltmine@gmail.com, or you can give it to our website, submit it on our website, really, which is howlingsaltmine.com or thehowlingsaltmine.com. Both are going to get you there, and we are inconsistent with the, as you know. Other ways you can help us out, give us a 5-star review in your favorite podcast app of choice, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Interact with our short-form content. Comments, you can comment on it too, but interact with our short-form content. You can find it on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. All of these things genuinely go very far in helping with the show, specifically like following on YouTube, interacting with our shit there, and 5-star reviews on Spotify. If you need like a way to help the show out without giving us any dollars, that is it. 5-star review on Spotify would be dope.
Yep.
We're like 1,200, over 1,200 right now
Hell yeah.
on Spotify. So we're on the march to 2,000, which will be pretty dope when that shit happens in, I don't know, 5 years or something. And last but not least, we got to shout him out, our buddy Devin Burnett. If you're ever in Asheville, North Carolina, hit him up and get a tattoo because he's a really cool guy.
10,000 subscribers are bust.
Indeed. And as always, everybody, however I end the show, stay salty. And don't forget to draw an additional card during your draw step.
It's the Howling Salt Mine. The Howling Salt Mine.
I'm sorry, Dan. We just had lunch. So that's not really an excuse at all. Okay.
Dan turns the volume down to prep for the burps that are incoming. Yeah, we just had lunch and we're drinking Red Bulls,
Yeah, and I
so
just
I'm
ripped
sure
a
that's going to be
seltzer.
good.
Let me know. Let me know.
I wish I had prepared that in hindsight.
When you play Worldpurge and leave a room, it's kind of being a dick. Do you want to like silence your phone or something?
I can put it in my
Because you were
pocket.
blowing up.
Yeah,
Cool, bro.
just focus it. Focus mode.
Focus these nuts.
You got any important calls that are gonna happen?
Yeah, maybe I do.
Well, you're not gonna pick it up.
Well, I'll pick it up if I want.
This guy over here.
What are you gonna? What's the call you're gonna get?
It's a call.
Just put it on focus mode, man.
You two need to focus up. I'm focused right now.
Well, I can't be focused because I keep hearing.
I focused mine. Look at my phone.
I'm
It's not
so
making
focused.
anything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if it happens again, we're gonna stop the podcast.
Yeah. I'm gonna. If it buzzes again, I'm gonna open it to read the text out loud.
Go for it.
Whatever it is.
You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna just be the Discord.